Hi everyone, my name is Mel and I'm a 17-year-old entrepreneur. If you are subscribed to me, then you probably know that I wrote this book, Leaving Wishville, but I've also done a variety of other things online to make some extra cash. I decided to make this video because when I was younger, I really liked to watch these, but they always recommended things like babysitting and mowing lawns. I mean, those are totally valid ways to make money, but there are more creative options out there for those who are interested in entrepreneurship. So if that's you, then you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to share some of the ways that I've been able to make money, and then I also have some friends who are going to hop on and talk about ways that they've been able to make money. And then hopefully by the end of this video, even if you don't want to follow any of our specific methods, you have an idea of how you can earn some side income from things that you enjoy. So let's get started. I wanted to start with this one just to get it out of the way because I feel like it's one of the most common in these types of videos. YouTube is a really amazing platform to make money online, but I really recommend that you only go down this path if you truly enjoy making videos. It is definitely a long-term strategy because it takes a long time to build up your channel, get subscribers, and then eventually get monetized so you can start making money off of your videos. I mean, I've been making videos on YouTube for over a year now, and I just recently got monetized, so it definitely takes a while. Of course, I posted very inconsistently, and my videos are kind of hopping to all these different topics, and they're all over the place. So if you are really committed to YouTube and from the beginning you have really good quality content and sort of more of a focused idea of where you're going to take your channel, I think you can definitely get monetized much faster than I did. But if you don't really like making videos, then I don't recommend YouTube for you because you're going to end up making videos you hate for a very long time, and that's just not the best use of your time. This is probably the topic that I'm the most excited to talk about. Freelancing is an amazing way to make money online. There are a ton of freelancing websites that will connect you with clients. Fiverr is the one that I personally have the most experience with. Pretty much anything you like to do, you can turn into a job. If you enjoy digital art, you can draw things for people. You can also edit videos, translate to different languages, work on website design. So now my friend ERIN is going to share one of the ways that she's been able to make money through freelancing.
Hi there, my name is ERIN Forbes and I am the author of the Fire and Dice book series, as you see here. In addition to being an author, I am also a traditional and digital media artist. Being that I am still a college student, most of my work is freelance at this point, but I regularly create digital illustrations, digital paintings, social media graphic design, magazine interior layout, infographics, posters, and pretty much anything else that you can think of under the realm of digital media. I also, during the summer months, run workshops for children who are interested in learning how to paint or how to draw or even create intricate flower crowns, as the whole workshop is very rooted in nature and it's something that I very, very much enjoy as an artist. So yeah.
A lot of people don't know this about me, but I've been doing voiceovers on Fiverr since my freshman year of high school. I've done some YouTube videos, commercials, and other just random stuff. I recently shut down those gigs and transitioned to editing fiction because I just enjoy it a lot more. My friend Abby is going to talk about that a little bit later because she does that too. But anyways, as for voiceover acting, DACEY takes it to a whole new level.
Hi, I'm DACEY. I'm 16 years old and I own a company called DAB Acting. Basically, Mel asked me to come on here and tell you guys a little bit about what I do and how I started. I have two brothers. Aiden is actually filming right now and Brody's my youngest brother. He's 10. We all did theater together. We loved it, but obviously there wasn't a way to make money doing theater. We were all homeschooled and we decided to start up a company called DAB Acting. And we basically offered voiceovers like that you hear on the radio, commercials that you see on the YouTube or TV, and short films and feature films for festivals. We actually started in a cardboard box, like a big one, as our studio, and we started recording from there. No experience, we had no idea what we were doing, and it turned out into what it is now, which we have a studio space that I'm recording in now, and we've done over probably 2,000 to 3,000 voiceovers in total. Thousands of spokesperson videos as well. It's really grown into something super cool, and we have a team of teens that we do film festivals with, and last year we actually won best story in a local film competition, which was super exciting. Whatever you're interested in doing, whatever you're passionate about, there's a way to make money doing what you want to do. You're definitely going to have to think outside of the box. It's probably not going to be exactly what you're doing, but there's definitely a way to do it. If I can do it, you guys can definitely do it, and it's super possible at any age to make an income doing what you love to do. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Hey, I'm MYLESTONE. I'm a singer-songwriter, and this is how I make money. Most people think of music as a digital world, digital art form, but the real money is gigs. Streaming and YouTube views only get you pennies. You have to have millions of streams, millions of views to actually see any income. With one gig, you have enough to record your next song, produce your next video, everything like that. And one thing I've noticed is with music, or with everything, in fact, you have to spend money to make money. You can't make money from your song until you spend the money to record it, mix it, master it. You can't perform live unless you have a guitar, you have a piano. So basically, if you believe in your goal, if you know what you want to do with your life, then go for it. You have to give it all you got for your dreams to happen.
I wanted to tag on to what KADEN said about needing like an initial investment to get started, because I went through a similar thing with publishing my book. I had to cover the cover design, the interior formatting, copyright, and all these other random publication fees. And it definitely did take some money just to get the book out there and start earning money. And in fact, it's probably going to take me a while to break even. So Connor right now is going to share how he was able to earn money online, starting with pretty much nothing, which I think is awesome.
Hey, my name's Connor. I'm a 13-year-old entrepreneur and reseller over on the Poshmark app. So ever since I was about 8 or 9 years old, I was always looking for ways to make some money. So I would do chores around the house. I even went to the internet to make some extra money, and I would fill out surveys, I would scan in receipts, and I wasn't very successful in doing so until I was about 11 years old and I stumbled across the Poshmark app. So I didn't know much about it at all. I just knew that you could list your old clothes on there and get some extra money, and I loved the idea of that. So I brought the idea up to my parents, and they suggested that we run a garage sale instead. So a couple months went by, and that's exactly what we did. We ran a garage sale. I made about 20 bucks, and then we decided that we would list the rest of the clothes on Poshmark. Most of the clothes were my sister's, so we agreed that we would split the profits 50-50. So any sale, I would get half the profits, she would get half the profits. So I listed some items on there, I took some pictures, got them up on the app. Didn't know what I was doing, but I decided I would just go for it. And a week went by and I made my very first sale, and it was so exciting. It was only like $5, but it was still really exciting for me. So I kept on going, I kept listing some more items, and then I was making about one sale a week, which was really exciting for me. I was happy with that. I came across this video online, and she was talking about thrifting clothes, so buying clothes at a thrift store and then selling them online, and I thought that was a great idea. So I cashed out my first $100 check, and then I asked my mom if we could go to Goodwill, buy some clothes to sell. So we went and we got about 10 things. At the time I didn't know really what was trending, what brands to get, what would sell good, because I hadn't done it before. So I just went for it. I bought what I thought looked nice, and a lot of it didn't sell because, you know, it just wasn't what people wanted. But since then I've done a lot of research, on the Poshmark app. I've watched videos, I've just looked at what's trending and what sells good for me. I've put in a ton of work and countless hours, a lot of effort, and it's really paid off for me. I'm making consistent sales every month. I've sold, I think, over 600 items to date, and my numbers are just growing every month, and it's awesome to see those numbers going up and seeing that work pay off. So I actually have a virtual assistant now who does some of the work for me, and that's been great because then I can focus on other aspects of my business and I can grow my business even more. So yeah, it's just really been great for me, and I just love the fact that, you know, I didn't put any money into this to begin with. I started off with my sister's clothes, and it's just really taken off from there, and I can't wait to see where my business goes from here.
Hello there, my name is Hannah, and I'm a teen living in Shanghai, China. I've been a part-time tutor for maybe half a year now. I've been tutoring one of my students for half a year. He's a 3rd grader, and the other student I've been tutoring for maybe a month. She's an upcoming 10th grader. I'd like to first start off with the 3rd grader that I'm tutoring, just because I've been tutoring him for longer. I'll just ask him or his teacher or his mom if he had any problems with any of his assignments. I'll usually walk him through like his English stuff or his math homework, and if he doesn't really understand the concept, I'll spend a little bit of extra time teaching it to him again, making sure that he understands it. I'll typically meet with the kids that I'm tutoring anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week, depending on how many times his mom asks me to tutor him. I'll go through his assignments with him and teach him anything that he doesn't really understand. If his mom asks him to maybe do a little bit of extra practice with math or with grammar, I'll be the one grading him. With the older student that I tutor, I've been tutoring her, like I said, for about a month. She's also a local student, so she grew up speaking Chinese, but because she's transferring to my school, she has to be comfortable using English to express herself, to learn, and to write. What my sister and I have been doing, we are teaching her in English to help her understand what she will be learning and help her improve her English in general. A year ago, I did also tutor biology for another 9th grader. Last year, I was in AP biology, which is kind of a college level course, which is why I feel confident enough to be tutoring biology to people. I'm comfortable and confident enough to know that when I'm tutoring older and younger children that I will actually be able to give them good advice and my experience will be useful to them and actually help them grow. Another big problem I think that a lot of tutors come across is, especially with younger children, it's very hard to balance when you want to tutor or when the parent is asking you to tutor and when you actually have free time. At least in my experience, the kid that I tutor, his mom asks me a lot to just tutor extra hours. I do have to put my foot down, I guess, and say that like I have a meeting or I have something that I definitely can't miss. It is okay, I think, to say that, but also make sure that you are still giving appropriate and respectful response, and the parent will accept that. She will also respect that. If you guys have any further questions or you want to learn more about my experience, you can check me out on Instagram. Once again, my Instagram username is @alittlebithazy. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
If you follow me on Instagram, then you might have seen me post that photo of me holding this camera right here. This is the Insta360 1X, and I've been using it to launch my new sort of local business thing. I've sort of just gotten started, so I don't have too much experience using this camera yet, but pretty much what I do is I connect it to this selfie stick. I pretty much take scans of the house, pretty much just moving it to different locations, and then Matterport takes those scans and turns them into like a digital walkthrough online. And there's a pretty high demand for this right now with the whole social distancing thing. Creating 3D tours is a pretty great way to make money because it doesn't take too much time on your part. So if you're interested in getting started with something like this, I'll leave links to all of these parts and stuff below. And then I'll also leave a link to my website and maybe you can get some ideas from that. So yeah, that's all for this one. The last person who's going to be joining in on this video is my friend Abby. She's going to be talking about how she uses multiple income streams, and I really recommend that as well because you don't have to stick to just one way of making money.
Hi, my name is Abigail and I'm a teen author, YouTuber, and I would consider myself to be a teenage entrepreneur. What I've noticed from being an entrepreneur for about a year now is that you don't necessarily need to have just one stream of income. Entering different niches is always a fun thing for me, and I really like to explore something new, and if I can make money out of it, I'm happy to do so as well. So obviously my primary source of income is my outside of the internet job. I work some shifts, at a fast food restaurant. I have 2 novels that are available on Amazon right now, and so I do make a little bit of money every time that someone purchases those books from that website. I also run a jewelry business called Honeydew Jewelry, and that's also really fun. I really enjoy making jewelry. I also produce for a YouTube channel called The Green Room. On that channel, we interview YouTubers, TikTokers, and other creators. I do make a bit of money from producing those videos, which is really nice. I'm also getting started on Fiverr, which is basically a freelancing website. My first gig is mostly just proofreading and doing some editing because not everyone is good at that, and that's okay, but I like to pay attention to the details, and I think that You know, starting with blog articles or like chapters from manuscripts could be, you know, an easy way to make some money. I'm also an ambassador for brands like Serengeti, Pura Vida. Those are like codes that I use, and if anyone uses them, I get a little bit of commission. That's more of my passive income. I don't really work towards promoting that very often. I do an Instagram post or story here and there. I think diversifying income for me is really important because I can then explore different areas, kind of experience different things, figure out like how to work things, because selling jewelry is very different from selling writing services, and that way I can just have fun in all areas.
So that concludes this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found some of these ideas interesting. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone who collaborated with me on this video. If you're interested in learning more about them and what they do, I'm going to have their social profiles and other important links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so that more people can find it. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.